Right. Morning. It's quite early on. Jake's got to go and help the guys out on the site behind us. So there's a big construction site going on. They're getting ready for commissioning, are they not, Jake?
Yeah, they are. They've got some problems with their RCDs now.
So Jake's going to go and see exactly what the situation is. I'm not going. You're going to go on your own. Yeah, don't forget that. And I'm going to go get a cup of tea.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Right, mate. Here we are. Go on, I've got your coffee there.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm on my second one of these. What'd you find then, mate? What's going on?
Everything looked okay, actually, Darren, to be honest. All the wiring was good. All the, you know, it just looked a really good job.
Okay.
But I did notice one thing. There's a lot of connected loads. They've got a lot of electrical heating in there.
Is it all electric heating?
All electrical
Okay, what, on all the final circuit?
on all the final circuits.
So when they're testing the RCDs, are they testing it at the actual disc board, or are they testing it on the circuit?
Well, they're saying they're doing both, but
Okay, right. All right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's finish these and let's go and ring up some of the technical helplines. And then what we'll do is we'll bring them findings back to you and we'll look at how the manufacturers suggest we should be testing RCDs. So I've just got off the phone with as many manufacturers of RCDs and RCBOs that I could get hold of. And what I think I've come up with, an answer to this. Now, I've just got to confirm what you saw on site, Jake. Was it a similar arrangement to this? So main switch, RCD, control a number of final circuits?
yeah, exactly like that. Sub-disc board in that big place.
Right, so then the final circuits then, I'll just quickly come out of there. Was it then going to some connected loads or maybe a spur maybe? And that was then into some sort of heater?
Yep, exactly that way.
That's what you said, there was lots and lots of, because there's lots of electric heating, isn't it? Right, so these are inductive loads. Now, talking to the manufacturers, what they're saying is, with inductive loads, they are aware that that can be a problem if the load is drawing at the time when you're trying to test the RCD. So were they trying to test that RCD from one of these locations?
Yeah, from multiple locations
Okay,
within on
right.
the circuit because of the readings.
Right, okay, now what they're saying is, the manufacturers are saying they really want you to test their devices here. Actually, it's the device in isolation. So that's the bit they want you to test on the outgoing terminals. None of the other stuff in series I don't want you to test on. Now, that causes a problem. You've got their regulation 14 of the electricity at work regulations, haven't you?
Yeah, and it actually states here, no person shall be engaged in work activity on or so near any live conductor.
Okay.
So it then follows on and says it is unreasonable in all circumstances for it to be dead.
Okay, yeah.
It is reasonable in all circumstances for him to be at work on or near while it is live.
Okay.
Suitable precautions are taken to prevent injury.
Okay, right. So basically they're saying you need to. So if we were going to go and test this RCD, Jake, it's telling us that we need to make sure we've taken everything into account before we start live probing.
Exactly
now that could be you switch it off, then you probe and then you switch it back on again, so you're actually making contact with the live ones there. You've got all the other requirements you're thinking of, say not just anyone who's rocking up in the room, you're in control of the environment. You really do need to just be aware of the requirements of the regulations before you start doing live working. But you shouldn't be testing at the final circuits, should be testing the RCD in isolation. And then they're saying that will give you the correct reading that you need to be aware of, and that's the one that you record on your certificate. Now, if it's possible to get a satisfactory reading, Jake, safely at one of these locations, then that's fine. Manufacturers saying that's okay, you're proving the device is working. But only if you're getting readings that aren't satisfactory, are they then suggesting you go back to the RCD and test it in isolation. So if you're able to work safer, and you would be with a moulded plug onto your tester, you'd be able to work safer here, wouldn't you, than safer there. Then this is where you comply with the electricity at work regulations and you get satisfactory readings for BS 7671. If you can't get those readings there, then think about disconnecting those loads. If it's still giving you problems, go back to that point there. So that's a safer way of doing it, and you're complying with all the requirements and regulations, Jake, and you're doing what the manufacturers want, which is finding out if their device is correct or if it's actually suspect readings because of the final circuits that are in series.